Well, I think, the experience in football is you can't just copy and paste every game. Games at home different than games away, so that there's got to be another game plan that gets us the result that we want, and I think that's the most important thing. We know that San Diego are a fantastic team with a really good style about them. They've had a fantastic season, and I think what we know coming out of the second game is that they now know going into the third game that the tie is really balanced, and all we've done all week is concentrate on ourselves, our attitudes, our work rate, our confidence, our belief, and I see a team that's got all those qualities, and we've just got to go out there and perform again. And what I said to them before the last game is that we have incredible belief in this group of players, and sometimes you need to go out there and perform at a certain level for them to start believing in themselves. And I think what you saw in the second game, you saw a group that started to believe that they can compete in this playoff, and the playoff run so far, the 2 games we've had have been really, really outstanding games, tactically sort of like a chess game, and I think the third game will be the same.
And Coach, I actually want to talk to you about that tactical bit. Last match, you said you plan on starting the same second game to third game, and then
same 11, you mean?
Correct, yeah, starting. Within that, and then looking at kind of the fouls, the yellow cards, the intensity, do you make that same choice to go that hard and that intense in game 3, knowing it's winner take all, also knowing all the fouls and everything that can come into play?
Yeah, I think discipline's going to play a major part in the game. We saw that in game 1 when we lacked it, and we saw it in game 2 where we had it in abundance. And I've got to say that the referee in the second game was outstanding in terms of the way he managed the game. Yes, you could probably argue that maybe McVeigh could have been sent off for a second yellow, but I think when you're in the cold light today, what you saw was a real experienced referee making experienced decisions and controlling the game of football, and he enhanced the game of football, I thought. And what needs to happen in the third game, we need to have the same level of refereeing performance, because why? Because I'd say in the first 2 games, Christoph Felder's been kicked a lot, and there's been fouls, there's been contentions, there's been that sort of like emotion, and in emotional games, you want your attacking players protected. But I think if we have the same level of officiating we had in game 2, then I think we're in for a real good game, and discipline is going to play a part of it for both sides, because there's going to be a lot of emotions. Keeping 11 players on the pitch, I think, is vital, but I don't think that will be a worry for our team.
You just mentioned Chris McVeigh. He's technically the only starting member of San Diego's backline who can legally buy a beer. So it's a lot of young, inexperienced defenders.
Chris likes a beer. I had him in Miami.
I'd imagine so. But with so many young defenders on the San Diego team, how much work has been put in this week to get those young players out of their comfort zone and by what the attack can do?
Well, I mean, I've never been one of those coaches that sort of like look at young players, experienced players as any different, because we've got a lot of young players and I put a lot of trust in them, and I'm sure Mickey does the same with his young players. You look at the left back Bombino, I think he's a fantastic young player who's had a great season, playing to a real higher level than some experienced players. So I think age for me is just a number. Age for me is just something that you hold on to in terms of as an excuse. They've got some really good young players. We've got some really good young players, and I think what we've seen in both games is that the team that handles the occasion, brilliant atmosphere in San Diego the first game, incredible atmosphere at Providence Park. I think whoever handles that emotion, whoever handles that occasion, whoever goes out there and sticks to the game plan is the team that's going to win. And I think the third game is going to be an absolute classic. We can't wait for it, I've got to say. Going down to San Diego is always a massive challenge, but the team have got belief, and that's the big focus of the week.
Hi, Coach. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep, good morning. Where does this game 3, rank in your list? Being so experienced, where does this game rank in your list of most important games you have coached so far in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the most important game I've coached for the Portland Timbers, for sure. But I hope there's an even bigger one in 2 weeks' time and in 3 weeks' time. So that's where my head's at. I thought that what I experienced in game 2 was Portland Timbers playoff atmosphere. I think that gave us all that, that spine tingling, that goosebump moment, and you realise what the playoff means to this football club. And we've had a lot of success in playoffs over the last 10, 15 years, but maybe the last 2 or 3 years we haven't. So I experienced that. I experienced a team that was never, ever, ever going to let a result get away from us. They kept going. They fought. They committed. They gambled. They took risks. They showed courage. And we're going to have to show that in game 3. And from a personal point of view, I don't look at it as this the next. I just look at it as the next game on our journey, next game on my coaching journey, and I hope there's more big games to come.
Just one last question for me. Matias Rojas, fully trained last week. He was off the injury report, wasn't in the 11, wasn't in the squad. What's his availability looking like for this game?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting closer to where we want to get to. I think he's still, he's still got to get confidence in his body and confidence in the training. He's worked a lot better this week. And we'll probably make a decision on that tomorrow, who travels.